Hello, it's Caroline at For the Love of Crochet, and I just want to thank you so much for joining me today. I have a lovely lineup for you. So, in today's lineup, I have the best bunny patterns ever, but one is right there at the very top. It's my absolute favorite, and it will be yours too. I kid you not. And then I'm going to be doing a pattern giveaway, right, for the winner. So, winner announcement today. And then also, number 3, I have some Joanne new yarn, a little quick review that you do not want to miss, okay? You're not going to want to miss it. So, stick around. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. Grab your hooks and let's get inspired for the love of crochet. So, in today's lineup, let's start with this cutest little bunny pattern. Okay, unfortunately I found this off YouTube. You know, when you get those itching fingers, you're working on something and you need something different. This was the result of that. It was a cute little bunny pattern. Loved it. I did not like this yarn. However, this came out so sweet. I just still need to make some snips, you know, sorry. So where I wanted to snip out some stuff, but you know, it's still darling. Look at that. So cute. I want to find this again because this is super darling. That's the first one. Next, I have the next pattern I made, which was a Katydids pattern, and this was the 3-in-1. I'm sure you're familiar. If you are not new here, I've made a lot of these. I've made them in several different types of yarn. This was a scrap yarn. I believe this is a Hobby Lobby one, and this was a leftover yarn. So, little bunny bottom. This was a 3-in-1, so you could make a unicorn, a little girl, or this bunny out of this same pattern, which is phenomenal. And again, all the links will be down below. So this is now what makes this cool is that it's so easy, very beginner friendly. You work the legs, you work up, and then you make the head. No sewing really, except for just putting on the bottom and the ears. You you crochet the arms in. So this is a very simple pattern, so therefore I made a lot of them. And that's what I tend to do. If they are very easy, then I just want to make them. Like, oh, I can make it in this color. Oh, I can make it in that color. Same thing with the moosh, right? And the Albert pattern. They were just ones that were simple. Didn't matter what yarn you used. They just worked up beautifully, and you got a different creation each time. So there's something unique about having a simple pattern that you make your own, okay? It's really special. Number 3, next was little Babycake here. I think that's the pattern name. This is Babycake. You crochet the little bottom in. You crochet the legs. You crochet the legs and you work your way up to the body, and then you work the head. So you're only sewing in the arms and the ears. You also crochet the tail. So this pattern comes with many accessories. It comes with a little blanket. It comes with this little ruffle collar. It comes with clothes. And the pattern, I loved it. I really liked it. And I really love the pattern of the face, the body, and it has those big bunny feet. So I really loved this one, and I really love this yarn, and I don't know what it is. So, that's the third one. For the last one, and my most favorite that I am just thrilled about, is this one. Oh gosh. Oh, look at that face. Oh, do you see that? Oh, he's so cute. I think in the pattern they call these dungaroos. I don't know. That sounds like an awful name. Right? I used some of those wooden buttons I showed previously. If you missed it, I think it was in like 3 videos ago. This is wooden buttons that I got. I got 200 of them for roughly $8, and they had all kinds of lovely, cute ones. And this is Hobby Lobby yarn. I know that. I couldn't tell you what it is. But it's very forgiving and stretchy. It's very soft. And it has like different fibers in it. It makes it look really cute. And then this is like a Red Heart or 1 pound, Karen 1 pound, or something like that. Something rough, because it's not exactly soft, but it is stiff, and I love the stitches of it. This is my favorite, okay? Now, he didn't get a bunny tail because he's got his little pants on. And I don't like doing that. I don't want to put a hole and put... I don't think it came with it. Although I've done that before where I don't completely do the whole pattern because I see it like this and I'm like, I'm done and it's lovely. So this came out so cute, and this is my absolute favorite. And I put blush in his ears and I put blush on his cheeks. Probably the same brush I'm wearing. I just love it. Okay, now I made it again. This is using acrylic number 4 weight. And the next one I have for you is made with cotton. I don't know which one I use. Oh, the Hobby Lobby cotton that I got on clearance. That's what it was. So here he is in this was called bone colored. I actually like him better in the much whiter version. I like him in the white, and I think maybe it's the acrylic yarn that I can see all the definition and his little mouth. And I don't see it quite as much in the... You got glares here. Anyways, I do love it. I did like that lighter color. So he's adorable. And this was leftover yarn from my that doll right there. The doll that I made for our All for Fall crochet. If you missed that, 2 other YouTubers, because I've gotten a lot of new subscribers. 2 other YouTubers and I, Craftably Ever After and KS Mom Crochets, we did a little collaboration for an All for Fall crochet, and we had so much fun, and that was one of the dolls I made. This is using that color for her flesh tone. Oh, I just love him. I just love this pattern. Although this one, I felt like I didn't go up quite as much on his bottom there. I love that extended tummy, and the fact that if you make these looser, they give a little gap here to make it like he's holding up his little overalls. I'm gonna call them overalls. And I just used dress shirt buttons to put this one on. I didn't want to give him a little cutesy one. So what do you think? Are you in love with this bunny pattern? Do you not want this one? Oh my goodness. I love it. Okay. Now on to my whips. So in this rabbit hole I'm in, I want to crochet all the bunny patterns that I have in my possession. I believe... Yeah, so I have a few Etsy ones, and then I have some from my Amigurumi books. And so I really want to make all of my bunny patterns and just do a bunny lineup. And so I've started them, and I just couldn't wait to, I couldn't wait to get them all done. I had to share them with you, but I'm going to show you my whips real quick. But in the process of my whips, I found the most glorious yarn at Joann's, and it's brand new, folks, and it's on sale right now. You don't want to miss it. So once you see this video, go and check out Joann's yarn. Okay, the first yarn I have for you is this Super Saver brushed Super Saver brush, Red Heart Super Saver brushed, and this is in the color Soft Mink, and it has a very light color to it. I don't know what I would, I mean, it does look like mink. It is perfectly named. It is perfectly named, and this is my sample. So this is the right side, and I mean, look at that stitch definition, yet you can't see through it at all, and it has this lovely texture to it. And this is the inside, which is much furrier. That's the wrong side. I was in the process of making a bunny pattern that I have. It's called, it's by the designer, I believe her name is Pelushka Bunny, and she has several patterns of the cutest little amigurumis that come with clothes. She sells patterns for clothes for them, and every time I see them, I want to make them. But her pattern is so detailed. So this one is a gauge swatch. You're supposed to do a gauge swatch. And so that's kind of new for me on amigurumi. Usually you don't have a gauge swatch, but she seems pretty adamant about it. And I think it has to correlate with how she designs her face and maybe the clothing. And so if you don't have it all matching, maybe, I have no idea, but I was trying to follow her directions. Well, I quit because I did it in this one and it didn't meet the gauge swatch. Let me show you the color of the Red Heart though. So I also got it in this dusty pink. It's so beautiful. All of the colors had this very light tint to them, or light coloring. And this comes in 12 shades. And I believe out of those 12, 3 were on the darker side. It was a darker green, a darker gray, and I can't remember the third color, but the colors on here were all your pastels, every color but in pastel. Because they're so light, they're called pastels, or I think they're pastels. I want all the colors. I only bought these 2 because, you know, when you're trying out something new, you don't know how you're going to like it. I want to make all the amigurumi bunnies in this, all the bears in this. It's so glorious. And let me tell you that you would think that this might be difficult to, because look at it. Look at all those threads. It's like a mohair. However, it frogs like a dream. Okay. It frogs wonderfully. And I used, I believe, a 3.75 hook on this one, and I just love it. But because she was adamant about the gauge swatch, I did try and get it. So that is the new yarn I want to share with you. Go and get it. You're gonna love it, especially if you make amigurumi. I don't know how I would feel about it in a garment. It'd probably be very warm and very thick and fuzzy. So, you know, whatever. You do you. I want it for amigurumi. The gauge that I did meet was with, it calls for an Aran weight number 4. And so I went with Simply Soft because we all know that Simply Soft is just on that thinner side of a 4 weight. And I did meet gauge, but I'm having to stuff this so tight to get but look at all those dents, right? I'm trying to stuff it to get rid of all the dents in there. And I feel like it's still not round enough. It's just coming out too oval. Anyway, I will link the pattern. I'll show a picture because to print it would be a lot of ink. So I'll put a picture of this pattern, what it's supposed to look like. And I'm just not thinking that this is getting the effect it's supposed to have. And I really think my Red Heart brushed would. And I'm thinking of just not even going with the gauge swatch and just working it up. Okay, so those are my whips. Or that's one whip. My second whip, I got bummed out, so I started a second one. And this one I'm using from my Amigurumi books. And I am using this yarn because I wanted, I didn't want a pink bunny, and I was using that other one for the, I think I'm going to do the Pelushka bunny in the brushed like I started that didn't meet the gauge swatch, so I'm leaving that yarn for this. And so I decided to use, I love this yarn for the next bunny, and here's my beginning of the head. And I lost my hook. I'm going to be using a 3.5. I'm using a 3.5, and this is the bunny I'm making. You see his ears? It has fabric, and look at, he has shoes. He's going to be super cute. And so that's the other reason why I didn't use the fluffy yarn. I felt like if I'm going to be using fabric and bright colored, maybe I wouldn't want it so brushed looking and want to see that definition. Let me show you a better picture. Okay, here he is holding him. Oh, it's kind of hard, huh? He's more of an animated version, I think. Yeah, that is the only picture, but he is on the cover. Look at those shoes. The fact that I'm also beginning to sew, I think this would be a lovely pattern to make. So check in Wednesday when I, give you some more updates on how I'm doing with these two patterns. But that is my bunny lineup for today, and we have a giveaway. So this is for a pattern giveaway. And in my last video, you were to leave a comment of the word moosh. I had 21 entries, and I crumbled them all up into papers because your girl, I don't know how to use that thing, that comment picker, but I will put it on the screen. I will put their comment, and here we go. Drum roll. Okay, here we go. Break it open. Come on. Kathleen Ulrich. Ooh, ooh. There we go. Well, I'm going to put their comment down below, but it is Kathleen Ulrich. Congratulations, you won the moosh pattern. Let me show you what you've won. Hold on. You've won the moosh pattern. So here's my pineapple one. I still have not finished. You also get this little mushroom. So cute. And here is the cupcake moosh that I made. And here is my strawberry moosh, in case you're new here. This was my first one. And then this is my daughter's absolute favorite. So you've won the moosh pattern. So I will go back to that video. I will let you know you're the winner, Kathleen Ulrich. And I'll have you email me at crowjoycreation@gmail.com, and I can email you your copy of the moosh. And let me just tell you, if you're new here, there was so many great ideas on what to turn this moosh pattern into, like superheroes and blueberry and all kinds of great ideas. I was floored of all the ideas. If you got this pattern, I would so love it if you shared it with me. Email it to me, and I will do a moosh lineup of all your creations of moosh. Maybe, whenever I get enough to show, I would love to showcase your moosh patterns, or maybe I'll just put them at the end of videos as I continue. I just think it's so cool. So if you make this moosh pattern, definitely send me a picture. I really want to see it. And if you don't mind sharing it, I'll post it on my video. I think it's so cool. And then again, this is my favorite. So join me again Wednesday. I think I'll give you a progress of how I'm doing, and maybe I'll finish up my moushes and I'll have those to share with you too. So I shall talk to you soon. Always a pleasure, and enjoy. So, number one. No, not number one. I mean, for the first